In this video, we're going to multiply complex numbers. And so to multiply complex numbers, you're going to multiply as if the imaginary number I is a variable. You need to remember that I squared equals -1, I cubed equals -I, and I to the fourth equals 1. Because if we get those terms, we are going to simplify those to those terms. And the last step is we're going to simplify so that our final answer is in our complex number form of a plus bi. So let's look at two examples. First one, we're distributing the imaginary number 2i to the complex number 3 minus 4i. Again, we treat it as if it's a variable. So I distribute to both of these terms. I would get 6i minus 2 times 4 is 8. I times I is I squared. And so again, we're going to remember that I squared is the same thing as -1. And so I'm going to rewrite this now as 6i minus 8 times -1. Negative times the negative here becomes a positive 8. And now I'm going to rewrite it in the form a plus bi. And so I have 8 plus 6i is my final complex number. So when I multiply 2i by 3 minus 4i, we are left with the complex number 8 plus 6i. So again, we're treating I as if it's a variable, and then we're substituting in the values of I squared, I to the third, I to the fourth, and so on with that pattern. For number 2, we have a complex number 3 minus 4i times the complex number 5 plus 2i. Again, we're going to distribute. We can FOIL here, and so I would get 15 plus 6i minus 20i minus 8i squared. I'm going to look at my pattern. I'm going to look for any I squareds, I cubed, I to the fourths, and I see I have an I squared here. So that's going to reduce to 15. I might as well combine the 6 and the -20i. That becomes minus 14i minus 8i squared. Well, I squared is -1, and so this becomes plus 8. So I'm not showing the step, I squared equals -1 here. Negative times the negative here changes it to a positive. And so now combining my real parts, I have 23 minus 14i, and that's how we multiply complex numbers.